How you doing, everybody? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. We're here in the shop today taking a look at some of the stuff we have to build a dust collection system in the shop. We've been working a lot more with wood, and wood is like it's like everywhere. You know, every time we're doing something, there's dust everywhere. And I thought maybe if we could set up some type of a dust collection system, it's going to help out with us not having to breathe that. And I try to use respirators when I can. I'm not crazy about them, but I really should be using them more often. So I have a couple things here. I have a Central Machinery 13-gallon dust collector. This is a portable one. Harbor Freight have two different ones. They have a portable one, and then they have another big upright one. It's a lot bigger than this. But the reason I bought this one here is because I may want to move it. I may want to just grab it and move it to another machine that's way far away. But we're going to try to do some PVC pipe in the shop and be able to put this machine on different tools. Not just one tool, but different tools. So it's going to be a pretty good sized project, but we'll get it done. Now, listen, if I find these on Amazon, I will leave a link in the description down below. Otherwise, you can pick these up right at Harbor Freight. That's totally up to you. I always leave the links in the description in case somebody wants to help out the channel. When you do this, when you click on that link, you don't have to buy these. Anything you buy on there, qualifying purchases, I'll get a small commission. It just helps out the channel. And I did have some comments on that a little while back, but I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, I do get a small commission if you buy it from Amazon. Sometimes I can find it cheaper on Amazon than even Harbor Freight have it for. So that's up to you guys if you want. I do appreciate it because it does help me out. So let's get on with this unboxing and showing you what I have to work with. We have, like I said, the 13-gallon dust collector here. We got the accessory kit, and I have a big old barrel over here, and that's something that's going to come in, I think, handy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through the accessory kit into that barrel, and then through this here. That way we can get a lot more dust and not have to empty it so often. So let's get to opening up these boxes and see what we got to work with. So here we have the Central Machinery 13-gallon portable dust collector. It's a heavy-duty, high-flow system. So I'm hoping that this is going to do very well when we start pulling that dust through all the pipes and stuff that we're going to need to put in the shop. We're hoping that this thing's going to handle the load. It should. We'll see. That's all I can say. So let's get this box open. Alright, this is what's going to come with your portable dust collector. You're going to have your bag, and that bag is going to attach to the side of this machine. You have a hose clamp, which is probably going to work on that bag, to hold that bag on. Then you're going to have this piece here with a gasket. Your gasket's going to go in here. This piece is going to go in here like so. You got all your bolt kit here. This is all the bolts you're going to need to put this thing together. Now you're going to need a couple 10 millimeter, either a couple wrenches or a socket and a wrench to get this guy put together. So let's get to getting this thing set up. Okay, the first thing I want to do is go ahead and install this piece here. It looks about the simplest, and all we're going to do is get our bolt kit. Going to put a washer on one side. Going to slide our bolts through. And then we're going to put a washer on the other side. Put our nut on. And these nuts are lock nuts. And the way you can always tell a lock nut is by looking at the inside of it. You'll see a little, like a nylon bushing inside there. So we're going to continue doing this. We're going to go ahead and get all these put in. And then we're going, I didn't put my washer on there. We're going to go ahead and get these put in here. And we're going to get to snugging this guy up. Okay, that's done. Pretty simple. You only had 6 bolts in there. Get them tightened up. That'll be good. This side over here is what is going to, you're going to hook your pipe on here to go to your machines. Say your saw or whatever you want to collect the dust from. This piece up here is going to be to hook your bag on. So we're going to go ahead and hook the bag on this. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to slide our clamp up on this end of the bag. Then we're going to go ahead and put the bag on like so. We're going to pull that up on there. It's about as far as we can get it. And then we're going to take our hose clamp. We're going to slide it over top of your bag. I don't know if they sell these bags separate, but I think that would be something nice if they did. In case a bag gets ripped or something happens to your bag, it sure would be nice to be able to get another bag for it. Okay, now once we got our bag tidied up in that clamp right there, we're going to go ahead and tighten our clamp down. Okay, we don't want to over tighten that and cut the bag. Okay, now that we got our bag installed, let's go ahead and turn it on, and we're going to just try to see what kind of vacuum it has. We'll be able to fill it here. Now you guys got to bear with me. I don't know how loud this thing is, but we're going to find out. Not quite as loud as I thought it would be. It's got some good vacuum. Okay, it's definitely got some pretty good vacuum there. I imagine you probably could run these through maybe even more than one. You probably could hook these together and do even more than one to give you more vacuum. I'm not sure, but we're just going to be working with one. I think that's going to be okay. We have a small shop, so this part here is pretty much done, and now we got to get the accessory kit out, because this does us no good if we can't hook it to a machine. And I'm not so sure that that thing will even hook to the machine, so we're going to see. So we're going to push this thing off to the side, and we're going to get the accessory kit out, and we're going to see if we can hook it to a machine. Alright, this is our central machinery dust collection accessory kit. We're going to go ahead and get it opened up and see what we have. We're hoping that this will have everything we need to be able to hook this up to the machine. I really don't know, because I've never actually put one together. So we're going to find out though. Yeah, we do got a few parts in here. So we're going to gather all these out and get them set on the table. Uh-oh. There's manual. Anybody want that? Ah. Okay, we're going to get this thing all set up on the table here, get everything unboxed so we can see what we have and what we don't have. What does all this stuff do? That hose feels pretty sturdy. Looks like we're going to have 2 hoses in here. So maybe we can hook it to 2 machines. Lots of clamps. So I'm sure we're going to need them. So let's get this guy off the table. Get our stuff laid out. Alright. Okay, we're going to go over what we've taken out of the box. There's 10 of these clamps, these hose clamps. There's 10 of these guys. We have this piece here, which I'm not sure exactly what that's for yet. All this stuff I'll figure out as we go. We have 2 gates, and these gates are to be able to turn on different pieces of machinery, I do believe. Now don't hold me to all this, because I haven't done it yet. We're going to be working on it. And then we have these 2 pieces here, and I'm not 100% on these guys, because when I'm looking at this stuff and then I go over there and look at my table saw, these hoses are definitely a different size. And I think you would want these hoses sealed up as tight as you could. You don't really want to leak any air. So whether you're to use this as some type of a reducer or something, I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't done it before. We do have a Y here, and I suppose this would go to one machine, and this one would go to another, or vice versa, however you want to do it. And they do fit in there. So I'm going to try to hook this thing up best I can. And we're going to hook the table saw on it and see how it works on there. I'm going to try to hook table saw. But I'm going to show you that the pipe coming out of my table saw isn't close to that, and neither is the one off my chop saw. Yeah, so when I look at this hose right here, big difference. Big difference. This one's much smaller, and it's pretty much plugged up too. So we need to get some way to adapt this to that, so we can get it to suck the material. Otherwise, you're going to set it up here, and it's probably going to just fall off anyhow. So, and with all the air leaks, it's probably not going to work out great. So we'll see what we can do here. Alright, for the first step, we're going to go ahead and hook this tube up to the vacuum. I'm going to slide our clamp on there a little bit. Get this guy slipped up on there. Now that's a tight fit. That is a good tight fit right there. We're not going to have any leaks right there, for sure. I like how tight that was. Very tight. So we're going to slide our clamp over there, and we're going to go ahead and get this guy tightened up. That's pretty tight. We don't want to go too tight, because we don't want to rip the plastic. So I think that's perfect. Nice snug fit. Okay, I don't have any reducers or anything to get it to hook up to this saw. So I just took a piece of, this is a piece of 2-inch pipe. 1.5 inches maybe, 2 inch, I'm not sure. But I ground it down enough to where it fits on the inside of this. on the grinder, and that's a pretty snug fit. Like I said, I don't have any way of making this bigger or smaller because I didn't have the sizes. This is the first time I've had this dust collector out. You guys seen it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide my pipe over top of this, and I'm going to try to duct tape this thing on here just so we can try it out on this saw to see how it works. But we're going to need some kind of reducers for sure to be able to hook these to the saws, because I don't understand this. The one on my chop saw is even smaller than this, so we'll see. This might end up being a good bit of work putting this thing all together. So let's just get some duct tape here, and we'll duct tape this guy on here just to see if we can get it to work. Not crazy about it, but we'll do it. Okay, our dust collector is all set up. We're going to go ahead and turn it on. Like I said, you see what we did up there. We just duct taped it on there. I think it's going to work fine. We're going to go ahead and turn the dust collector on and try to run a piece of wood through it. Okay, to be honest with you, I did feel a little bit of dust, chips of that wood coming back on me. I should have wiped my saw off first, but we'll wipe the saw off and then we'll try it again. And I am pretty sure that this thing is doing a fairly decent job. I think it's doing a fairly decent job because any other time I'd have dust everywhere. So we're just going to brush that off a little bit so we can see how much dust we actually get. So we're going to try this again. Okay, now I'm going to look on the table. I'm going to show you on the table just about how much dust is on it. Very, very little compared to what I had when I didn't have the dust collector on it. So it's definitely doing a lot better than not having the dust collector. Because I would see it flying around in the garage, and I'm seeing nothing in the garage flying around. It seems to be pretty good, but I'm not saying that there isn't minute dust flying around in the garage. But normally the garage will be full of that dust. So I think it's working. Okay, I'm just as curious as you guys. I'm going to see how much dust it actually collected in the bag. I know I only made a few little cuts, but did it pick up dust? Is there dust in the bag? I don't know. We're going to see. Okay. Right there you are. See for yourself. That's the dust I got from just those few little cuts, and I'm sure that would be all through my garage. It's a nice little pile of dust. Look at that. It's not in my garage, and it's not all over my saw. I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, as we can see, there's going to be a lot more to this dust collection than there's just opening up a box. I have a lot of stuff to do, but now I have all the hoses to get my measurements so I can get reducers so they properly fit to each one of the saws, and maybe get some conduit along the wall. However I want to set that up for different pieces of machinery. And I think what I'm going to do when I put that conduit inside there, that PVC pipe inside the wall, I'm going to actually cut a hole through the shipping container into here so I can hook up different devices that we might use in this room. And one of them is this table saw and the chop saw. Most of the other stuff will stay inside that room, but we want to be able to hook these two saws up out here too. So it's going to be a pretty good sized job, but we're at least got it started and we got something to work with, and that's going to help us out a lot. So that's the Essential Machinery 13-gallon portable dust collector and the accessory kit. I'll leave them links in the description down below if you guys want to help out the channel. Check them out. If not, head over to Harbor Freight. You can find the same thing. So I would like to tell everyone thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Until next time.